Try to put yourself in the shoes of someone who has been attending an SSPX chapel for years. You know that on July 1st, 2026, in Écône, Switzerland, the Society will consecrate 4 bishops without Rome's permission, 38 years after Lefebvre's consecrations. And you know that Fernandez has already warned it will be excommunication. You wait for someone in the hierarchy to do something. You wait for a cardinal to raise his voice, for a bishop to request an audience with the Pope, for someone in the visible structure of the Church to find the courage to say, "Let's stop, let's find a solution." But no one moves, so you decide to do it yourself. This is what happened on May 29, 2026, in Toronto. And by the end of this video, you'll understand why this act, carried out by ordinary believers, not bishops or theologians, might be the most significant moment in the final weeks before Écône. Let's see what exactly happened. A group of Catholics from the Toronto metropolitan area hand-delivered, not mailed, but delivered in person, a letter to Cardinal Frank Leo, Archbishop of Toronto. The letter asks the Cardinal to act as a mediator between the Vatican and the priestly society of St. Pius X to obtain paternal approval from Leo XIV for the consecrations of July 1st. The letter was organized by José LoMonaco and his wife. Most of the signatories attend SSPX chapels in the Archdiocese of Toronto, faithful who fall under the pastoral care of Cardinal Leo. Along with the letter, a full copy of the Declaration of Catholic Faith was delivered that Father Davide Pagliarani, Superior General of the SSPX, had presented directly to Leo XIV on May 14, 2026. Neither the Archdiocese of Toronto nor the Vatican Press Office responded. The Declaration of Faith attached to the letter is a fundamental document that deserves attention. Pagliarani personally delivered it to the Pope on May 14th, a profession of full adherence of the SSPX to the Catholic magisterium, to the councils, and to the encyclicals. Not a request for negotiations, not a list of conditions. A declaration of faith. Leo XIV received it. He didn't respond. LoMonaco and the Toronto signatories asked Cardinal Leo to bring that document to the forefront of the conversation and to ask the Pope, "Have you read it? What do you think? What do you do?" Pay attention to this detail. The choice of recipient is not accidental. Let's understand who Cardinal Frank Leo is and why this letter was sent to him. Frank Leo was born on June 30th, 1971, in Montreal, to Italian immigrant parents. He was appointed Archbishop of Toronto by Pope Francis on February 11th, 2023. 7 months later, on December 7th, 2024, Francis created him a cardinal. He is a man of Francis, chosen by him, created by him. He speaks English, French, Italian, and Spanish. He has served as a diplomatic clerk for the Holy See in Australia and in Hong Kong. He's not a traditionalist. He's not a critic of the papacy. He's exactly the kind of Cardinal Leo XIV would listen to, because he comes from within the system, not from outside. The faithful who delivered the letter to him know this. The reason they chose Cardinal Leo isn't his sympathy for the SSPX, it's his position. As Archbishop of Toronto, he has pastoral responsibility for the signatories. As a cardinal, he has direct access to the Pope. He is the most credible intermediary the common faithful could find. What exactly are they asking for? The letter doesn't ask for the canonical regularization of the SSPX. It doesn't ask for the cancellation of Traditionis Custodes. He asks only one thing, that Leo XIV give a paternal approval, not a formal document, not a concordat, but a fatherly gesture toward his children. that will allow the consecrations of July 1st not to be classified as a schismatic act. The context in which this letter arrives is crucial. On May 14, 2026, Father Davide Pagliarani personally delivered to Leo XIV the SSPX Declaration of Catholic Faith, a document affirming the Society's full adherence to the Catholic magisterium, the encyclicals, and the councils. Leo XIV received it. He did not respond publicly. Here lies the contradiction that no one wants to openly name. On one side, a hierarchy that is overwhelmingly silent. No cardinal has requested an audience with the Pope to mediate. No bishop has written a public letter asking for a gesture of openness towards the SSPX. Archbishop Athanasius Schneider did so from the Philippines on May 20th. But Schneider is an auxiliary bishop in Kazakhstan, with very little institutional access to Leo XIV. On the other hand, ordinary faithful, people who go to Mass, who pray, who have children and jobs and daily responsibilities, who decide to hand-deliver a letter to a cardinal, asking him to do what no prelate has the courage to do. This is the point that no major media outlet has made clearly. In the most critical moment for tradition since the 1980s, the shepherds are silent, and the sheep are knocking at the doors. The history of the Church knows this pattern. St. Catherine of Siena was not a bishop, not a cardinal, not a theologian. She was a laywoman from Siena who wrote direct, urgent, and sometimes harsh letters to the Avignon popes, urging them to return to Rome and reform the Church. She had no institutional access. She had the truth, prayer, and courage, and the popes listened to her. And the question every Catholic is asking right now is, will Cardinal Leo respond? Will he pass the request on to Leo XIV? Will he request an audience, or will the letter remain in some drawer of the Curia in Toronto unanswered, while the calendar counts down the days to July 1st? 30 days to go until Écône. The SSPX has published the official website for the consecrations. The traditionalist response to this situation is not pessimism. It is the certainty that the Church, in its darkest hours, was saved not by Vatican documents, but by the fidelity of individuals. LoMonaco and his wife did something small. They did it with courage, and sometimes small things, done with courage at the right time, change the course of history. If you appreciate this work, starting today, you can support the channel with a subscription. It's an independent project with no sponsors or funding. It continues only thanks to those who believe in the cause. Thank you so much for your support. What do you think? If you liked the video, comment Amen. God bless you.